Welcome to episode 31, back to consistency of the We the Fans Network. I'm Ron out here in Staten Island, New York. And of course, as usual, you can follow me on Twitter at WeTheFans_Ron. And you could follow our social media pages on Instagram and Facebook at We the Fans Network. And I'm joined by Mike.
How you guys doing? Boop, there it is on Twitter. Boom went to Dynamite on Instagram. Representing Putnam County, baby.
And Boomer.
Well, it sounds like Ron is really excited about this episode, folks. So I guess me and Mike will bring the juice, but I'm at live with Boomer or at TCB, baby.
All right. I got the hint there. All right, so let's go. Let's do it then. And there's a reason why, Boomer, I'm kind of starting the episode like that. It's because the first thing we're talking about is very upsetting. For a lot of reasons, actually. Personal reasons, too. We'll get into that at the end of it. But Kevin Durant, he ruptured his Achilles, came back. I don't blame the team or him. I think it just is what it is. Yeah, it sucks. Watching it go up his leg is pretty wild. Mike, what do you think?
I think as a person, I think it's absolutely horrible. It's a tough injury to come back from. Marino did come back from 2 ruptured Achilles, so it is possible. But I actually called it a few episodes back. I said he was going to get surgery, and here he is getting surgery. Really, really sucks for the Knicks. I mean, it just seems like they are cursed, and they just have some really bad luck. He's going to sign with Golden State. He's going to sign into his option, as he should, for, 20-something million. Rehab and hit free agency again the year after.
Yep. You're 100%
Sucks.
right. Kevin Durant.
Knicks are not going to have any money left either. So.
Yep, Kevin Durant will never be a New York Knick now. And that's the personal reason of why I'm down, Boomer, right now.
I disagree. I still think he'll end up being a New York Knick.
No, he won't. He won't.
He's going to opt in. I already tweeted that as soon as I saw he was injured. I knew he was going to be Warriors for at least another year. They'll win another championship. If they don't win this year, then nobody can say he joined a winning team because they lost both times he wasn't there.
That's not true. Yes,
it is. It is
no,
true.
Because at the time he joined a winning team. Fact.
It's a fact. No, they lost the championship at the time he joined them.
They won the year before. He joined a winning team.
Yeah, but they didn't win that year.
Okay, but when
you have
he
to go
joined
by the previous year, they were reigning champions.
Right, when he joined them, they were a winning team.
Champions when he joined them. They were losing. They didn't win the championship. That's all that matters.
What?
And they're not going to win again.
Okay. But anyway, yeah.
Actually, I bet them to win again down 3-1, so I can't say they're not going to win. They might still, but
the Knicks' biggest offseason in 20 years
I don't
is falling
agree. You
apart.
can say that he just joined a winning team. I don't think it's fair. I think it's stupid. And
he went there for the championship. I mean, that's blatantly clear. There's no other reason why he would go to Golden State other than they were locked and loaded and he wanted a ring.
Most people who are great go to teams to try and win championships. Charles Barkley joined the
They all tried,
back-to-back championships. They didn't win.
Not like that, though.
Listen, Malone went to the Lakers. I mean, everybody tried.
Joined Miami with his friends to win a championship.
But
that's what people do.
Yeah, but my argument there is that Miami Heat team wasn't already built before LeBron got there.
It was the build. It was that build when he came in with obviously Bosh and
Right. But Golden State was Golden State before Kevin Durant. That's the whole argument here.
A losing team in the championship. They didn't win it. So right now, let's just this way.
They won a championship without him. What are you talking about?
Listen,
they won without him. What are you saying?
Durant, they played LeBron James without Kyrie Irving and without Kevin Love. They played him with Matthew Dellavedova and whoever the hell else was on that team. Nobody. That's the only championship the Golden State Warriors have ever won without Kevin Durant. That's not saying that they're great. Just because they put up a bunch of wins in the regular season doesn't mean shit. So you can't sit here and tell me how good they were just because they made it back to a championship. They didn't win. They got beat by LeBron and Kyrie, He joined the team. Then they
won like 70 games that year. They almost broke the NBA record if they did it.
Season.
It's still a winning team.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to a team that won 12 games. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but what top 5 player in any league is going to a top 2 team, Boomer? It's rare. It doesn't really happen. Nobody does that.
It happens all the time.
When? Name one.
No.
Karl Malone and Gary Payton joined the Lakers the year they
Not when they weren't top 5 players.
End of
they
the
weren't
career.
the top 5 players in the league. That's like saying Shaq when he was on the Heat was a top 5 player in the league.
This happens all the time. You guys are making excuses.
Yeah, when they're old. When they're in the league for 12 years, like a Marcus Camby.
In their prime.
Durant was in the league for like 9 years.
In their prime. In their prime. They're not in their prime. Name someone in their prime.
LeBron obviously went to the Heat knowing they're going to win a championship.
LeBron is a different story, bro.
What do you think's going to happen now in free agency? Same shit's going to happen. Like, that's all that's going to continue to happen for
I know, I'm not... Okay, I don't
change.
disagree with you.
You can't go back to... Only place you can go back to is Jordan. And that's not fair either because that was a whole different time of free agency back then.
Reggie Miller stayed with the Pacers his whole career. 31st episode, by the way.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant demanded a trade multiple times to the Bulls until they put talent around him. Multiple.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant was never actually going to leave the Lakers.
Oh, bullshit.
He got Shaq out of there because he wanted to be the guy.
And then 2 years later, he got his ass bitched and complained and said he wanted out.
He wasn't ever leaving. He was never leaving.
Jesus. Yes, he did.
Never.
He wanted out so bad.
Wow, this conversation went so far.
We just went. We went left.
Yeah, that's good.
So what about the reactions of these dirtbag Raptor fans?
I
think it's overblown.
Canada's a shit place.
I don't think it's overblown. I don't think it's overblown.
It's overblown.
I don't think it's overblown. Why is it overblown?
Because they made it seem like it was the whole stadium. I saw different video clips.
It was the stadium. It was the bars. It was...
No, listen. You don't ever clap for somebody getting injured, but it's not like it was like a standing ovation for like minutes upon minutes.
Wait, Mike.
People are drinking.
Mike, you didn't see the video of like the people at like the watch parties that literally were jumping up and down?
No, I didn't see. I'm talking like at the game. I'm not talking.
No, there were people like jumping up and down, cheering, and like going nuts.
People jumping up and down at the game cheering.
Yeah.
Their own team had to tell the crowd to be quiet because they were cheering so hard that KD got hurt.
It's pretty bad.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, we're nice guys, eh?
They're a bunch of good people. It's just a bunch of...
Hey, guy. Come on, guy.
We're nice guys, buddy.
Dirtball people.
Oh man, but yeah, that was crazy. I honestly couldn't believe that they did that. And now that leads me to everyone else's reactions around the league, right? And I had some pulled up here. I'll get them in a second. But the president of, I forgot his name, the president of basketball operations, the guy who was like crying on the microphone. Even Draymond Green coming out and talking about him, hearing all of them. I mean, Kawhi talk about him, Clay talk about him, Steph talk about him, and seeing everybody's reactions, and even like just a lot of people and what they were personally saying about Kevin Durant, it makes me wonder if my perception of him has been wrong this whole time, because I have called Kevin Durant a punk on multiple occasions.
I think that's part of the reason he tried playing is because he reads so much social media, and he's been told his whole life that he is a punk, and that he wanted to show that he wasn't. I think that's what led him ultimately coming back early.
But
I agree with you, Boomer. I agree.
I also do stand by the fact not the fact, but my opinion of that going to Golden State was a punk move. I do stand by that. But I really, really think I've turned the other way on Kevin Durant himself being a punk. I think he's
this was like the thing that happens in somebody's life that changes their course, in people's perception.
Yeah.
And I think now he's beloved. I think now you're going to see different rules in the next player agreement with the league, player association. I think this is a huge thing for basketball and being able to play when you're injured.
His injury, the Toronto fans' reaction, It almost makes me not me, but
the owner pushing Lowry. I think this series
but
in general.
I'm just saying, just him getting hurt and the reaction from the Raptors fans almost makes you want to root for Golden State. You know,
I hate the Raptors.
I don't want to see Golden State win. I would like to see.
I do.
I would rather see Toronto win because I'd rather have parity. I'd rather have different things happen.
Kawhi's growing on me.
Yeah,
there's just something about his absolute blandness with
nerves
the media
of steel
and his demeanor and just the type of guy that he is. It's very interesting.
He's the Ben Stein of basketball.
One thing I want to say about the NBA too is that everybody now, because Kawhi Leonard took 22 games off this year, say load management is the way to go, is the biggest fraudulent piece of shit argument I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, it's only valid if you make the championship.
In the past 5 years, the champions haven't done it. I mean, everybody else doesn't do that. Okay, 1 year it finally happened, and Kawhi's still kind of hurt. It's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard, that's what they're going to argue in the CBA, is they want less games or, all this kind of shit. And the NBA is just a pussy-ass league.
Well, you got problems with that because there's only 82 games, and it's
but they're going to shorten the season anyway.
A fan goes to a game once a year, and they're sitting three of their stars, and they have to watch the bench play.
I agree.
Yeah, but they're shortening the season soon. It doesn't matter.
I think they're going to fight for it,
yeah.
They're not going to, no way they'll shorten it.
Yeah, Adam Silver wants to do that. It's going to happen.
Maybe shorten the preseason or something. I can't see him.
No, they're going to shorten.
You're taking revenue away from the league by shortening the games. There's no way it's happening.
If they do shorten,
no way it's happening.
You add 2 playoff teams.
Get paid less. They're going to have to get paid less if they want to take.
That's not happening either. NBA, they make a lot of money.
You could add playoff teams.
NBA does not make a lot of money.
They make worldwide. They make a lot of money.
They make enough money to support themselves and the WNBA.
I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of teams that don't make a lot of money at all. Their franchises are worth a lot of money, and they already have a ton of money, but they don't generate a ton of money like the NFL does. They just.
Oh no, I'm not saying it's the NFL by any means. The MLB, NBA is just fine. Merchandise, they're good. They're good.
Yeah, Cleveland, when they were paying the luxury tax, they were losing money while winning championships. Dan Gilbert wasn't making any money on his team.
I'm sure he made a little bit.
So, moving on. Big game tonight, and I'm sure you guys aren't even aware, but tonight is
I'm watching it.
Are you?
Right now.
What's happening right now? Game 7 Stanley Cup.
So I bet no goal the first 10 minutes, and I'm not joking. There's been 50 shots on goal already. I can't believe nobody scored. It's been intense.
So give me
give the score. Time left. Come on.
0-0. I think there's 11:30 left in the first.
Yeah, and is anybody looking better than the other?
What's
going on? What?
Nobody scored yet. Boston's had a lot of shots on goal. They almost scored 3 times already.
Nice.
Okay.
Right, so
they're
that's
playing in Boston, right?
Yeah.
We have Boston, but I'm still rooting for St. Louis.
I think St. Louis wins.
I hope St. Louis wins, but
everybody's on Boston, so I like St. Louis.
St. Louis is going to lose because they screwed themselves, okay? Because you want to talk about sports gods and football gods and whatever. Hockey gods are real. The hockey gods are real gods, and that's a real thing because hockey is more tradition than anything behind it. And before Game 6, a St. Louis newspaper, what paper was it? Whatever. Oh, the St. Louis Post-Dispatch.
All papers do that.
No, they already printed in the day before, the same day as the game, basically. It should have been the next morning. A congratulations letter to the team for winning their first ever Stanley Cup. The owner's personal letter they accidentally printed a day early of his congratulating the city and his own team for winning the Stanley Cup. And what happened later that night in Game 6? Oh, they lost to the Boston Bruins, who have looked, honestly, a little better than them throughout this whole series. And
I think Blues have looked better.
But now you have Game 7, and Boomer, they're back in Boston, right?
Yeah.
Just saying.
I think both teams, when they reach the championship, kind of get that stuff already prepped, the letters and the merchandise.
They do. But it got printed too early. I'm just saying. Just saying. When it happened,
I'm gonna get
Don't touch the
screwed here.
cup.
exactly.
The Blues player
Boomer,
wide
it's
open to
icing.
clear the fucking puck, threw it in the stands. Now he's got it. Now they're gonna have a power play with like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
left.
because that's a delay of game. If you throw the
Yeah.
puck and it doesn't go over the short bench, meaning where the players are, if it goes over the glass but it doesn't touch anything, it's a delay of game. So
What a loser!
who was the power play? Boston.
Gene Sarator in the
Bruins,
booth
yeah.
over here.
Yeah.
I got some major money on no goal first 10 minutes.
That sucks.
No goal for the first 10 minutes. Let's go, Boomer.
Yeah, there's a minute 47 left.
All right, let's move on to
They're
the
on a
next
power play.
topic. Boomer, you could keep updating us on the game as we go through. I would really, really appreciate that, to be honest with you. I was going to put it on here, but I figured keep the logo. I'll watch the rest of the game when we're done. Let's move on to something Boomer was really excited about the other day. The U.S. women's game. Boomer, were you watching it?
Oh yeah.
13-0. He said it was 6-0. 13 seconds later, it was 7-0. I believe Alex Morgan had herself a hat trick. I don't know if anybody else
She
did.
had 5 goals.
5.
She had 5 goals. Look at that. And then you got some of the usual names there. Megan Rapinoe scoring, Carly Lloyd. If anybody watched the other World Cups, you probably know who they are. But yeah, that's pretty good. So is Thailand that bad? Or are we
You know
that
what?
good?
I've watched a lot of the games so far, and I think Boston just scored. Nope. I watched them. They were doing a replay.
Okay, John Sterling.
Yeah, really. It's a high fly ball. It's deep.
And it's gone.
It's deep.
No way
It's
he
caught
caught
by
it.
the second
They
baseman.
did that. It was across the line or not, because the goalie was in the way. But I've watched a ton of the World Cup, and not Nigeria. Who is it? I'm trying to think. Argentina and Japan. Look, I'm not joking. I don't even know how they qualified to be in it. It was so awful. It was one of the most. At least Thailand, it looked like they could set up and pass and stuff. I mean, they just. USA just looks like they're a far better team than everybody that I've watched so far.
Awesome.
So it wasn't really fair. I think they're going to run the score up on Chile this next game on Sunday too. I think it's going to be an ugly bloodbath again, and I love it. Everybody's saying that they're cocking off and all that. Go fuck yourself, you little bitch ass mofos. Who cares? This is the highest stage of soccer for your nation. Celebrate if you score.
But you have to.
No.
I just have one issue. I don't care if you score 50 goals. That is the object of the game, is to score more goals. I get it. But when you're up that much and you want to do the dance celebrations, I'm okay with that too. At the very minimum, you put in all of your bench players.
Why? Was this a
When
problem?
you're up like 8-0, 9-0 in soccer, there's no reason to start it. Because if a starter gets hurt...
Mike, wait. But you can't do that anyway.
I understand, but you take
3
as many
subs. That's it. 3
They
subs
did
for the whole game.
subs
That's
out
it.
of time.
That's it? 3? That's all you can do?
Yeah.
4, I think.
No, 3.
In the first round, I think. It's
Oh,
4, then
maybe. It might be
goes down.
different. But that's it. Out of 11 people, you can't even sub out half of them.
And they substitute.
I digress.
people in.
But if they did their max amount of subs, then I am...
Who knows if they did?
It is
Who
what it
cares
is.
if they didn't? It's the World Cup. Run up the
It's
score. It's
dangerous.
the first
It's
round.
very dangerous.
No,
Very
this
dangerous.
isn't.
It's not
No,
dangerous.
no.
It is dangerous.
It's not dangerous.
It's no different than being up 40 points in basketball when you
No.
should have your bench in there and your star
Not
player
true.
gets hurt.
No.
Okay,
If
I have
you
a question
can't
for
have
you.
a bench, yeah.
I have a question for you then. Then what about the U.S. men's basketball games that they beat teams
Yeah, they
80
win
to
by
20?
80.
The whole freaking team is amazing.
So is this one.
Maybe the whole USA soccer team's amazing.
The girl scored 5 goals, for goodness sake. Come on.
Exactly.
So what? She's the best player. What do you want?
And
It's
have you seen
ridiculous
her?
that anybody has a problem with. It's for your nation. She may never play in another World Cup again. It's only every 4
right,
years.
but besides
Let them
that,
do what they want.
it's the World Cup, like you said, Boomer. It's the biggest stage for soccer, and it's also the first round. They just put their foot in the ground and basically put the rest of the tournament on notice by doing this.
Yeah. And you get seeded off of goals. Like, if you have the most
Right,
goals,
and you
that's
get seeded off of goals, right.
I understand that, but we're talking about 13
Right,
goals.
okay, so if they
Good.
get shut
I
out...
wish it was 20. Fuck Thailand.
So
Be
if they get...
better.
I'm happy none of them got hurt and we're advancing to
But,
the next
Mike,
This isn't football.
but Mike,
Like
if they
American
get
football.
shut out in a loss, and if they only win a game 1-0, 2-0, and their competition wins games 7-5, 6-3,
Not gonna happen.
those 13 goals are nothing. It can absolutely
No,
happen.
it's
It's the
not.
World Cup. Why can't it happen?
Stop.
Nah.
Stop.
Nope. It's justified.
You're a pussy,
Completely
Mike.
justified. Hey, rest of the world. You're on notice. How about
That's
that?
right. We're fucking back to back, or we're defending champs.
How about
Boom.
that? USA. All right. So let's move on to something. Boomer, I really need your opinion on this one. The Raiders are going to be on Hard Knocks.
Raiders!
What do you think about the Raiders on Hard Knocks?
I mean, they're already screwed by their schedule. I mean, going 7 weeks without ever playing at home. They already got F there. You might as well make it entertaining in Oakland before they go to Vegas. I'd rather have it now than in Vegas. I want them to be good when they get to Vegas. I don't want distractions. And this year is full of people that can make a good show. I guarantee it'll be the highest rated Hard Knocks ever. I'll guarantee you that.
I don't know about that.
I'll guarantee it.
I think so.
It's going to turn into a soap opera between Antonio Brown and fucking...
It's going to be, it's going to be all about Antonio Brown and Carr.
No way. They
Notice
got all
I didn't
kinds
say
of
his
crazy
first name.
people.
No, it's going to be...
You got Dusty.
Bro, we got Jeffrey Dahmer!
You got Perfect. You got Incognito. You got AB. Like, you're talking
Yeah,
about
that's
all
true.
kinds of personalities.
That's
It's going to
right.
be an insane
You're right.
show.
You're right. This might be the first time in Hard Knocks that, like, something crazy
I've never
actually
even
happened.
watched the show.
Really? Well, we know their ratings will go up in one household. I mean, now that you mentioned, Incognito, Perfect, AB, Carr, Marshawn Lynch, right? Didn't he come back? Marshawn
No.
Lynch?
No,
he
he
didn't come
retired.
back. What's his name?
But Mike Mayock, TV personality that's now there. John Gruden,
Right,
TV
Mike Mayock,
personality.
John Gruden, it's going to be terrible. It's going to be embarrassing. It's going to be so embarrassing. I'm going to love it.
I think, you know what? I'm not even joking. I think people are going to be surprised and actually be like, oh, they're not as bad as we all thought.
It's going to be
Yeah,
like
I don't
Gruden's
think so.
quarterback special. Spider Banana.
I think it's going to
Spider
be...
2Y banana?
I think
Yeah,
it's-
that's it.
I think it's going to be more like, holy shit, I can't wait to see how messed up this season is going to be. That's what I think.
Well, that's going to be the initial thought, but I think...
No, the end thought.
No. I think people are going to be more... I think people are going to jump on the Raider... We're Raider Nation for a reason, man. It's going to be... People are going to
because
see
you used to be
it's worth
good.
it.
How many wins now?
I think they could be... I think they're right around 8-8.
5.
I'd give them like 6, 7 wins.
I think they're going to be right around 8-8, 9-7.
5.
It's a little much.
I don't think
5.
Denver's going to be any good.
You
I don't.
see...
I think they got all kinds of problems going on.
You see a Carr Gruden blowout this year. 5 wins.
No, I see
don't
Antonio
think so.
Brown
I think
flipping
Carr and Gruden are good. I think that's a BS media line.
It's not.
It is.
Until Brown has 13 catches the first, 5 games of the season.
He'll be fine. He's going to keep
It's
his
not
mouth
going to
shut.
happen. They throw a lot. Derek
He's-
Carr was like 70% completion last year. Like,
Antonio
he does act like
Brown-
he's some garbage quarterback.
Antonio Brown
Listen, you
is
don't talk
not...
about Derek Carr like that.
Got it. I hear you. I got it. Got the message. Loud and clear. But Antonio Brown's going to be fine. I don't think he's going to complain at all, really, this year. I don't think you're really going to hear from him too much.
I don't either.
John Gruden is going to be the problem this year. Watch. Staying on the NFL, though. Really, really interesting thing that I saw, and actually it's to plug someone else's podcast. Mike Drop Sports. They were actually in our bracket when we did the March Madness brackets and stuff, and they posted something the other day that I thought was really interesting. And it says, Every year, people make a huge deal about free agency. Entering 2019, 26 of the league's 32 projected starting quarterbacks were drafted by their current team. Only 3 were signed as free agents, and 3 were acquired via trade. That's pretty nuts.
Interesting.
The only teams that have quarterbacks from trade are the Dolphins, the Broncos, and the 49ers. It's Rosen, Flacco, and Jimmy G. And then the other teams signed their quarterbacks as free agents. The Saints, the Eagles, and
Minnesota.
The Eagles didn't.
And Minnesota.
Carson
No,
Wentz
the
was
Eagles
drafted.
didn't. The Eagles didn't. Why did they?
Minnesota signed Cousins.
I'm sorry. It's not the Eagles. It's a picture of Foles. It's for the Jaguars. That's what it is. That's what it is. So that's kind of nuts. 26. So there's only 6 teams that didn't draft their own quarterbacks. I think that's pretty wild in a league where we kind of always.
Yeah, but you got to remember, a lot of teams right now are on their rookie quarterback deals right now. Tons of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, that number's not going to change that much.
Oh, I think if Winston doesn't have a good year, he's gone. So they're
But they'll draft another quarterback. That's what I'm saying. They'll still have their own drafted quarterback. What free agent quarterback are they going to have?
Well, if they have earned a bad draft spot and there isn't a quarterback there, they're going to have to get one in free agency. Like, you can't.
You got to figure 3 to 5 quarterbacks get drafted every year in their first round. So every year there's 5 franchise, quote unquote, franchise guys.
So say 4 years, right? So say for about 4 or 5 years, that pattern keeps going.
And that's usually the shelf life. 4 years, and then they repeat.
Right. So you're talking 3 a year for 5 years. You're talking about 15 quarterbacks. We're talking about 26 of them. That's a lot. That's what I'm saying. That's a lot of That's a lot of homegrown talent, basically, that these teams have at the quarterback position. I didn't think it was that much. I thought there was more free agent or trade acquired quarterbacks in the league than 6.
Now more than ever, too, quarterbacks are playing longer if you're good, too. You know what I mean? Like, normally a Drew Brees, a Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger,
they'd be done
Phil
already.
Rivers, Eli Manning would all be retired. So,
yeah.
That's added a lot of extra years onto that, too.
Yeah, you're right.
But again, you're going to have the next batch of guys that are going to be the Rodgers, the Mannings.
But what he's saying is those guys, their careers are extended longer, so they make up like those other 4 or 5 guys.
That's what I'm saying. And then when they finally retire, it'll be Mahomes and whoever else.
Yep. One other thing that I want to bring up, and Mike, me and you were about to get into an argument. Boomer's going to agree with me because we've already been here. We've already done this about 3 or 4 times. And I think you might know where we're going because we're staying on the NFL, but we're integrating hockey on it a little bit. So I don't know if you remember a few weeks ago when the San Jose Sharks were playing the St. Louis Blues in the last round of the playoffs, and I talked about that hand pass goal.
Yeah.
Right? So, Mike,
I remember.
Do you know what happened to those referees that were in that game that lost? That missed that call?
Oh, please tell me they had to go back to school to learn the rules.
No.
They went to Disneyland.
They were taken out of the playoffs and were not allowed to continue refereeing this year's playoffs.
That makes sense. I'm okay with that. It's not like terrible.
That's like the minimum extent of it. I don't know what else.
No, but next year they can ref in the playoffs.
I don't know.
They still just lost a ton of money.
I don't know. But yeah, Mike, they're a playoff cruise.
Oh, St. Louis has scored!
Yes!
No!
Yes! All right. But yeah, so I thought that was kind of interesting because they can't do that in the NFL because then it would only be 1 game. So that doesn't really make sense. But I thought it was good of the NHL to do that. It was a huge missed call at a really important time. And St. Louis wound up winning and going to the Stanley Cup anyway, but...
Yeah, but think about it. Like, when the playoffs start, there's X amount of referees. Like, they're only going to pick the best of the best when the group gets smaller and smaller. So everybody's not going to ref the full playoffs.
Right, but these guys were supposed to be refereeing more games. These guys were supposed to be refereeing more games, and now they're not. They got taken off those games. They're not allowed to ref in these. From that game on, they were not allowed to referee another game for these playoffs. I don't know. I didn't look into it enough to know if there's any more to it, but I know the bare minimum, they were taken off. They were not allowed to referee these playoffs, which basically says you're incompetent. We can't trust you to do this. Or we have to save face, and this is why we're doing it. Whatever the case is.
They said, screw this, I'm not reffing anymore.
No, it didn't happen. Yeah, screw this, I'm so bad at my job, I quit.
Yeah. You know what? You don't like it, I'm sitting out next game.
For anyone listening that doesn't understand why we're even having this conversation, it's because we've been arguing about what happened in the NFC Championship game between the Saints and the Rams since a couple of days after it happened. Mike does not agree that the referee should be punished. Mike is a bigot, and he can just stay that way.
Bullshit. I am pro-human mistake.
This is called Tearing Apart a Mike episode.
Pro-human mistake, okay? You guys are terrible.
And people need
You're
to
too sensitive, Mike.
People need to be responsible for their actions. And if you want to listen to that episode or that argument, you can just scroll down. It's labeled NFL Refs or NFC Championship Game, something like that. But yeah, let's keep moving forward. Alright, so now it's time for Boomer's favorite part of the show. He's going to be really involved in this one. Nope, probably not. We're going to talk some baseball. Mike.
No, we weren't talking baseball. What happened to that?
Yeah, Mike.
I had to smack some sense into him.
No, what happened was Mike snuck a phone call into me because he didn't want to put it in the group chat, he said.
No, I was driving. I'm trying to be a responsible human being. I'm a father.
He called me and he was like, "Listen, I don't want to say it in front of Boomer, but I want to talk some baseball."
You guys want to hear something funny? Last night I was really bored, and I live bet a ton of baseball last night.
And you probably won some money. You're welcome.
How'd that go?
Well, at first I was down. I ended up losing like $60, and I put $100 on the under during like the 6th inning of Dodgers and Angels, and I had to turn during the 9th because there was man on third, man on first, full count, 1 out, and somehow the Angels got out of it. It was 5-3 at the time. I was sweating it. Like 1 run would have done me in.
Sweating it for a whole 5 minutes.
I missed $150 on FanDuel by 0.5 points.
That sucks.
I had such a good lineup last night. I woke up this morning so disappointed.
So, Mike, we hit on it because it happened when we were on the show last week when we were recording the show. Tell me about what your Braves did. Big signing.
Well, congratulations, Atlanta Braves fans. We signed the best free agent starting pitcher that was out there, Dallas Keuchel. Just pitched 7 innings in single A. 1 hit, like 9 strikeouts, so he's primed, ready to go. 1 more start in the minors, he'll be up. But it was a big signing. Didn't have to give up any prospects. Paid him a prorated salary, I think about $12 million or so. And Kimbrel to the Cubs. Called that one, and I called the amount. I didn't call the team. I called the amount.
Right, right. That was the one that happened on the show last week, right? Wasn't it?
That was right.
Yeah. Right,
but even the best thing about the Dallas Keuchel deal, we beat out the freaking Yankees.
Yeah, right.
You got cheap with the wallet, and we came through and
by like a year or two. Not a year or two, by like just a couple million too.
Yeah, $2 million difference.
Yeah.
And you know
and his beard. He can keep his beard.
And all the pressure's on you because we didn't take the Yankees because old Ron didn't want to take them. So we have the Braves, so they better start showing
I'm
out.
still fine.
But they're in first place.
Yeah.
Boomer, first place. 20-9 or 20-8 since May 10th.
They're one of the best.
One of the hottest teams in baseball right now.
Yeah. They're one of the best teams in the league right now.
They're in second in their own division, aren't they?
They're first place. Stop player hating.
They just got first place.
Doesn't matter.
So who?
Doesn't
matter. Who's the other team?
Braves. Phillies.
Yeah, Philly's doing that.
We have both of them anyway. So
I know.
It's a win-win for us. But Atlanta's winning 90 games again this year, and we're going to put a nice deep run into the playoffs.
Mike's so defensive. It's awesome.
I know.
I have to be. I'm in enemy territory in New York, so.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I was going to say, so am I with the Dolphins, but you know about that, so.
Yeah. We are really struggling in We the Fans. We're not we just keep teetering in the same section. We haven't gained anything.
I thought you meant the show.
Downer over here.
I thought you meant the show.
No.
I was like,
sorry.
what do you
No,
mean? I was like, why would you just outright say we suck?
Can you clear it up for the fans? We're
like,
failing. We're a failing podcast. We're horrible.
We the fans is really failing. I'm like, what?
2-0 Blues!
2-0 Blues!
Yeah!
Oh, it's over.
No, don't say that, Mike. Don't do that.
I told you Blues would win.
Don't do that. Shut up, Boomer. Shut up. Everybody stop doing that. Don't do that.
I bet him to win 2-0.
I wonder what Dave
Boston has an
Portnoy looks
awesome
like right
team.
now.
Stop it. Boston has an awesome team. And you can't say things like that in hockey. It's real. It's real. You don't understand. It's so real. Don't talk anymore.
According to Tim Tebow, there's no such thing as sports gods. I heard that from Pete Alonso in the interview today.
Yeah, because according to Tim Tebow, he does. Yeah, we all know Tim Tebow.
And tell Tim Tebow there's not actually a real god either, that dumb fuck.
Huh?
No comprende.
All right.
Yeah, you heard.
But Pete Alonso's, little side note, he's seems like an awesome guy. 20-something home runs. Big player for the Mets.
Yeah,
right now.
we'll see if that holds up. It's the Mets, so his career
About
will
to be a
probably
Blues
come to an
power
end.
play.
And a Blues power play. All right,
Bruins
so
just threw a cheap shot.
Boomer, you heard about what happened to David Ortiz?
Oh, no, interference. What?
David Ortiz?
Yeah. They tried to assassinate him down in the Dominican Republic because he was banging some drug dealer's wife.
That's the story.
Is that the story?
Yeah.
Apparently, it was 2 Dominican police officers too that for 400,000 pesos, which is roughly like $7,800 American. And then the guy's trying to say that he didn't know it was David Ortiz.
Yeah, liar. They all know David Ortiz. David Ortiz is a god down there. Of course they know it's David Ortiz.
Fans beat his ass bad though, man.
Did you
They
ever
gave
see?
him to the police real bloody.
You ever see We're the Millers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, "Just give me my 1,000 pesos and I'll be on my way." He said, 1,000 pesos. What is that?
Yeah.
About $80 American? Here's 100. Keep the change.
He's like,
Love that movie. I was watching it the other day. It's so good.
just do it.
Yeah. I didn't want to get into it. I could quote that whole movie. And now the last thing that we're going to talk about,
Damn, man.
another special request on the secret phone call from Mike. He wants to brag about his Braves, so I'm going to let you
He hasn't done that already?
and do it.
Just about 30 seconds. Yeah, yesterday's game was an unbelievable game for many, many reasons. First reason, it was bobblehead day. They did a combined bobblehead of Dansby Swanson and Charlie Culberson.
It had 2 heads?
And they called it Swansperson. And it's literally like, they look exactly alike. If you ever look at it, they're like identical people.
Oh, it's a two-face?
It's a 2 thing. It's awesome. I'm buying one on eBay. Second, we hit 4 home runs in the second inning and 2 back-to-back homers in the second inning, if that makes any sense. And Brian McCann had 2 home runs that day. 5 total home runs. Atlanta Braves, don't ever question them again, Boomer.
Oh,
Good day,
wow.
sir.
Hey,
Good day, sir.
Your own fucking
Good day.
You jinxed the shit out of them.
I do it every year. Don't worry about it,
You
pal.
jinx them every year, I know, because they ain't winning championships.
Mike, you set yourself up for
It
that one.
hurts.
You said you do it every
What's that?
year. I said you set yourself up for that one.
Listen, they haven't won since '96. What do you want from my life?
I was chopping on as a little kid.
And you're a closet Braves fan. I know.
No. I was closet stuck in a van down by the river and in traffic coming home from Iowa City. And it was the only thing we could get on the radio. I'm not joking though, like must have been a lot of Braves fans because the whole thing I started doing it and the whole thing was like the whole for like an hour. My dad was just laughing because I wouldn't stop. And I was like 10 years old.
Now there's multiple teams that do it, isn't there? The Chiefs.
Florida State does it.
Florida State does
What are you
it,
going to do?
yeah. I'm not going to do it.
What are you gonna do?
I'm not going to
I like that they all play the white stripes.
You know what pisses me off, though? Do you
Sporting
know what
events
really
now.
grinds my gears? The fact that people are now doing the wave in Yankee Stadium. Somebody needs to be slapped for that. Somebody needs to put an end to it. I don't like it. It's disrespectful to the tradition of the old stadium, and it needs to stop immediately.
What do you mean? You can only do the wave in the old
Disrespectful to
stadium?
the guys that want to drink beer and curse at everybody.
No, you don't do the wave at Yankee Stadium. We have goddamn class. We're not, we're not a bunch of clowns doing the
They
wave.
just do roll call. They just do roll call.
In America, you are the whiniest, cryest people in the world, and you
Preach.
class because you don't do the wave.
No
The only
way.
reason you don't do the wave is because you
Lord of
don't
mercy.
get upset all the time. You don't
No
want to get off
waves.
your goddamn seat.
Hallelujah.
No waves. Not in Yankee Stadium. Do it in Madison Square Garden. Let's do it in a Knick game. Let's do it in a Ranger game. No problem. Not in Yankee Stadium.
Boomer,
Stop
Yankee
the wave.
fans.
Hashtag stop the
cool
wave.
for that.
Hashtag stop the wave.
Now I
That's
hope
why they
this
only
comes
won
like a thing.
one World Series in this millennium, is it?
It's a shame.
How many World Series you have?
Me, personally?
Yeah, you, personally.
I guess 19. I can just say I'm a fan of every team every year they win it, I guess.
No, that's not how it works.
Boom.
That's not how it works. So then you could say you're a Yankee fan.
For 1 year I was. You missed out.
In 19
2009?
years? Nope, 2 of them, buddy.
Oh, so it's 2. My bad. Hey, how are you guys doing to your little brother, though, the Boston Red Sox?
What about them?
I mean, they're killing you this millennium. 1900s don't matter anymore,
This millennium is 19 years old. What are you talking about? This millennium.
Yeah, they're killing you.
It's barely
It's
2
modern,
decades.
bro.
Stop saying it like it's 1,000
Tell me the little
years.
brother. Boston became the big brother, you're the little brother.
No. First of all, we're not even related, okay? We live in separate neighborhoods, and our families hate each other. It's like old school West Side Story type thing, except there's no love involved at all. Okay?
Oh, there's some star-crossed lover somewhere.
No, there isn't. Johnny
One
Damon,
of the
actually.
families,
You're right.
you just
You're
don't know
right.
about it.
Johnny
Nobody knew
Damon.
about Romeo and Juliet till the end, man. There's some star-crossed lover in there. You just
Johnny
don't know.
Damon.
Oh my God.
Johnny Damon is the star-crossed lover. Johnny Damon. That's who it is. Love Johnny Damon. But I hate Johnny Damon.
You got a few guys that played for both teams, recently.
Yeah, but none of them had an impact like he did, I don't
Yeah,
think.
Damon, Ellsbury played for them too, right?
Yeah, but I guess you count Ellsbury, but
Damon, didn't he win a World Series there?
yeah, but we don't
won
talk
both.
about that. We do not talk about that.
Why?
Mike, you know why? Don't say it. We will not talk about it. I have to end the show now. I'm
Boy,
sorry.
listen to this classy
I'm
Yankee
sorry.
fan. He can't even talk about
Sorry.
Johnny Damon.
It didn't
He had to
happen.
shave his beard because Yankees is such a ridiculous fucking culture that you can't have a beard. What a crock of shit.
That's why we signed Keuchel, baby. Thank you, Steinbrenners.
You're welcome. You're welcome. See you in October.
Hopefully.
All right. I see how
Oh.
this is going.
All-Star Game in Atlanta 2021. Let's go, baby. End the show.
Are you going?
Yep, I already told. I got one buddy that's 100% down, so
Nice.
I will be there reporting
Nice.
live.
Why would the MLB ever put the All-Star game in Cleveland? Like that's a dead sport going to the deadest town in America.
They're gonna go to every baseball city.
We're gonna have to guess how many people are standing outside.
They're gonna go to every
Ronnie's
city.
like 2,000, maybe 3.
Yeah, probably
I'm
500.
going a couple hundred, maybe.
Mike, you act like you said that much more than me.
I
You
said
were like
20,000. You were
I
not
said
even.
half of that. So what?
No, you were like 8,000.
I said
You
7.
said 10. You said
No,
I-
he
no,
was like
first you said
8,
10.
10.
I did.
Then you just ripped me.
I
hard
settled on
40
10.
seconds.
Yeah, but I settled on 10.
And Boomer said like 40, so it's not like
I
he
said
was that much.
60 or 40, yeah, something like that.
40 or 60, something like that. But whatever. I was closer than you, Ron.
Alright, so this just became a bash me to end the show.
It's been bashing Mike before that.
Yeah, exactly. My fucking ass hurts a little bit over here.
Yikes.
Pause.
And
Tell me
on
why
that
stop
note,
calling you.
I guess we should call it a day. Damn, I was looking for an opening to like end the show. And I was, shit, talk about an
Oh,
opening.
shit.
If you get what I'm saying. Thanks for listening. Come back next week. Follow all the social media. If you're watching the video, you can find it right there. And you could follow me on Twitter at WeTheFans_Ron. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at WeTheFansNetwork. Listen to the Rebound with Sound podcast, which is my other podcast, music podcast.
You only got one episode, man.
So what? Maybe they didn't hear it yet. Don't worry about what I'm
Maybe
doing.
Make another one? It's been a couple weeks.
No, yeah, it's not going to be. It's
taking
not
your
gonna,
time off of everything?
It's not going to be a weekly consistent thing. My cousin lives in Brooklyn, and we're only doing it when we're together. We're not doing a thing like this. So it's going to be probably like a once a month, twice a month type deal. But anyway, go listen to the Rebound with Sound podcast. Unless you're a boomer and you're just going to bash it because you're an asshole.
I already listened to it, you dick. I'm asking why there isn't more.
But also, hold on, I'm not done. But also, go listen to the Boomstick podcast, which is Boomer's other podcast. See, I could, give you a backhand compliment and then come right back with a pat on the back on the, you know what I mean, on the way back.
I don't know why you're backhanding me. I'm asking why there isn't more. I didn't see that.
He's a fan that wants more, and you're like, shut the hell up. I'll tell you when I'm doing another one. You stupid.
Jesus.
Well, from now on, Mike is going to be my translator.
Yeah.
But yeah, so go listen to both of our podcasts. Follow me and us on social media. And you can follow Mike at
Whoop, there it is on Twitter, and Boom Went to Dynamite on Instagram.
And Boomer.
You can find me at Live with Boomer or at TCB, baby. Also, quick shout out, U.S. Open this weekend. Justin Rose, I think might win it. We have him. Tiger's probably going to have a good showing. Can't wait for the U.S. Open. Starts tomorrow. Going to be awesome. Going to watch as much as possible. Big golf guy here.
Got a DK lineup in there looking to win 100K.
Let's go Yankees. That's all I got. That's not nice. Let's go Yankees. Let's go Blues. Wrap up the cup. Nothing for Boston. Yeah, that would be great. See you later. See you next week. Peace out.